Hey everybody, Mary Page here, and today I just wanted to do a different video. I've been struggling with a few things over the past 2 weeks, and I don't know, I felt like sitting down and talk to people because I am a recovering addict, and there are times that I struggle with things in life, and the difference with me now, though, is I know that there's no short-term solutions. There's nothing that I can do as far as, you know, substances that's going to help me or numb it or whatever, because I learned that lesson a long time ago, and I learned it the hard way. And I've been dealing with somebody very close to me with alcoholism, and it's turned very ugly, and a lot of stuff's happened. And I noticed that what I notice is red flags for me is my mental state. And a relapse doesn't necessarily mean that you're using again, but it can be, how's the best way to put it? A relapse always starts in your mind first. That's the first place it starts. When I start noticing behaviors like I lose hope, I don't find joy in things that I do or used to do, anxiety, depression, and that's what I've been going through the past 2 weeks, because I've really felt like this person knew me when I went through my stuff, and they're just continuing to destroy everybody around them. And some things have happened over the past couple of days. I think that things are getting better. But what I've noticed is, when I was trying to help this person, and you can't help somebody until they're ready to help themselves, you know, during their inebriated state, it's like, well, what are you doing to teach me? Look what you did to yourself, that kind of stuff. But one thing I've learned is that plants, the more you do try to help people without like trying to rule their lives, but you lead by example. You do nice things for them, but you don't enable them. You don't give them a way to do what they're doing. But there's just different things. And anyway, now those seeds have been planted, and now that they've kind of come back to their senses a little bit, they're starting to say, okay, maybe I need to try something different. So that's how I got here to YouTube. When I first started my recovery, they always say, get a hobby. So I wanted to go back into fish keeping. And that's why I'm sitting here. I just wanted to show some of my tanks and some of the things I'm working on. Someone asked me the other day, what the heck was I doing on YouTube? What am I showing people? And I thought to myself, well, one thing, I'm not a beginner, but I am a beginner. Like, I can show people the point of view of these are things I've tried, and believe me, it's got to be something super simple for me to have success at it right now, because that's where I'm at in my life. I've got a lot of things going on. I need to do something the simplest way, the easiest way, and the most successful way, so I don't lose pets or fish or whatever. And so, for example, I set up this tank, this 20-gallon tank here. This was a ZooMed tank, and it is really meant for reptiles. It may bust, I hope it doesn't. It's not recommended to use these tanks for an aquarium, so technically I made a pond out of it. But what I've done is, my first therapeutic move when things were just going out of control here, and I start isolating is what I do. And I'm going to stutter, and I'm going to say a lot because I'm having to think. But I started isolating, and then I get upset because I don't have the money to do something, or I start making excuses why I can't do something. And that's another one of my signs. If I'm isolating, making excuses, and not doing things like I enjoy doing, then something's going on, and I need to catch it before it gets out of hand. And I have a tendency to get very depressed and just give up, and I'm not going to give up anymore. Excuse me. So I sat down here, and I'm sharing this with you guys, because that's another thing is you never know who might be out there struggling themselves, and if they see that you can somehow get through it, maybe it'll help them. I mean, to brush my hair and put on makeup today was a chore. It still didn't help. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, I got out this tank, and so many people in the community have been good to me. Like I said, I'm not a great fish keeper, breeder, YouTuber, aquascaper, but I am a supporter of a lot of channels, and I support through comments and subscribing and all that stuff. And I've made some really good friends just commenting. I mean, you wouldn't believe the people you meet. And a lot of the people I've met, I have formed relationships with and talked to them behind the scenes through like Messenger or the phone, whatever. And they have become very dear and near to my heart. And a lot of times I'll just text them to tell them what's going on, and they know the whole story. And there's no judgment. I'm not looking for advice or anything, but you know, it's good not to bottle stuff up, and I really appreciate that. So another thing I noticed, I was not watching YouTube like I usually do. I was not commenting and leaving. I just wasn't. I've been kind of dead in the water for 2 weeks. So I got this tank out, and one of my greatest therapeutic things is I love setting up substrate. Don't ask me, but I love it. So this is my father fish way of doing substrate. It's got the, I use soil out of my yard. So I take soil out of my yard and usually mix it with a little gravel and sand and make my inch down here. Use organic potting soil. And the sand, Kevin Leong, Kevin's Canines and Aquatics, sent me this sand. So this is Carob Seed Supernaturals. And I tried to sit down and do like a video where I built this, and everything went wrong. The driftwood went crazy and did what driftwood does. It floated up and released all my soil into the water, and it was just a big mess, so I had to scratch that. So I thought I would just show it to you guys. But I've got a bunch of little tanks, and I'm just like starting my journey. This is my way of, this is my recovery. This is my help, my hobby, my zen, whatever you want to call it. So setting this up, and I've got a lot of little tanks, which are up here, that I have planted. These little plastic nano tanks. See, you can start somewhere, but you can just keep growing from that. So eventually all those are being replaced. I've got a new tank for, well, this is just a critter keeper. A lot of these, what I do is I take my plant cuttings and I put them in these little aquarium, or these little tanks. And believe it or not, those little LED lights grow things. So, pretty cool. Not a lot of, you know, big high-tech plants, but they grow low-light plants. But in here, I had a lot of crypts, and I robbed this little aquarium and my other 5-gallon tank, and I got crypts out. There's a big sword in here, and what else is in there? Some jungle fowl, and then of course I stole the house plants. I put my peace lily and some pothos on here. This driftwood I got from our local lake, and I'm going to go ahead, this is all going to be covered up, and it'll cover that background up too. I'm going to put spider plant and what else? Oh, some wandering Jew in there, the purple color. There's some other plants I want to check out and try in there, but what else? I told you this is I'm struggling, so bear with me, and thank you for watching, and thank you for being here. This may be the worst video I've ever made, maybe a big mistake, but right now I needed to sit down and see y'all. I do still live stream a couple of times, you know, during the week, and I do one tonight with Roxanne, or tonight's Thursday, and I do one with Father Fish on Sundays. And that's another reason I make videos. I never thought I'd be making videos, and I mean, I'm sorry, my video quality is very low. I only have a phone. I hope I can get a gimbal someday because I'm very shaky. And I don't know, I'm just learning and improving every day. And for people out there that say, oh, I can't make videos, well, yes, you can. Just make them and put them out there. If people watch them, that's great. If they don't, it's okay too. But it can be a lot of fun, and it kind of gives you a document of things you try and what you're learning. And so when I post a video, normally I'm not like a big channel. You know, I go to learn about a specific fish or a plant or an aquascape. And what I'm doing is I just represent kind of the everyday person who's trying things, and I give a couple of recommendations on things I use. Like I said, I don't have a lot of cash, so I have to buy very budget-friendly products. And some of them, you know, when I show them, people are like, oh, don't recommend that, you know, it didn't work, whatever. And, and that's what I like. I like the fact that when I do something, most people come in and say, you know, well, here's my experience with it. Because all I can share right now is my experience. And as it goes along, like if I try something out, like this titanium heater right here from Hiker, they sent me this. I love it. I had it in my nano tank is where I tested it. It's up to a 10-gallon tank. This tank is not holding a whole lot of water, but it's working perfectly. And here's the thing back there. I'll show you that too. That's a mess. That is a representation of my life. And I don't know where to look at in this camera. I can't remember which side. Is it on this side, that side, in the middle? So my eyes are everywhere. Where was I going with all this? Anyway, see, I don't even have fish in here. I've had, oh my gosh, blessings from a lot of people in the community that have sent me fish. Roxanne, Kevin, and, well, Kevin Leong, Kevin's Canines and Aquatics, sent me bettas. Roxanne sent me all kind of beautiful fish from her and Pepperland Creek Aquatics, and mystery snails that are in my daughter's tank. And, oh, and Carlos up here sent me these beautiful rice fish, and, boy, I went blank. My Vienna cobra, or my Vienna guppies that originally came from Aquarium Co-op. A lot of people were like, oh, those are endlers. I don't know their pedigree. All I know is I've watched a lot of Aquarium Co-op videos, and I went back to when they went to, where did they go? Did they go to Austria? They went somewhere. It was him and Corvus, Oskin, Joel. They had gone to the Guppy World Championships or something like that. And these were some of the guppies that were there that they fell in love with. They have the little round tails instead of the big heavy tails. Neat little fish. But they're on the smaller side like an endler. And they have a specific pattern. Just beautiful. So I've got a little breeding project going on. And I have 2 females and 2 males. My females are back there in a breeder box right now, hoping that they will have babies, because I would love to share these with other people like they've been shared with me. This has just got plants in it and 2 platyfry. I mean, that's it. This is getting ready to move, though. This down here, my plans are, I don't know. I've got something coming from Jess, Maine's Tails, Fin and Fur, and I want a $50 gift card, and I told her just to send me whatever. I want some mutt guppies and some shrimp. I want shrimp. So, but my plans, the first inhabitants I want are corridoras. I need some corys. My life needs corys. And I've been looking awfully hard at those long fin panda corys that Pepperland Creek and Roxanne, Pepperland Creek Aquatics on their Dick Gills is what it is. They have the long fin pepper corys, and they are beautiful. And I want some pretty bristlenose. I want some fancy lemon blue eye, long fin, something, you know, just something fabulous and royal. There's that driftwood in there. I think they'll enjoy it. I kind of took leaf litter and put around everything. Oh my gosh, I gotta groom this dog here. Hold on a minute. Let me do this dog. I'm gonna share it with you guys, and then I'll show you the tanks. I have Sissy here with me today, and she is the little poodle. I call her the cattle dog because she loves to run through the cow pastures and get cockaburs all over her. And I'm going to clean her up and get her looking and feeling better. So here we go. It's like shearing a sheep. Very important to keep those blades flat on the skin so the skin can't get up in between there and cut the animal. And it's just a process of just, you know, taking your time. Got a little bit down on her face to clear up some of the cockaburs. So, after I clip all this hair off, I'm going to give her a bath. Then I'm going to re-clip her and scissor her and turn her into a little pretty baby. Nowhere near done, but I have to turn this back into a cute little puppy somehow. Hi, Sissy. All better? Nobody recognizes you. Sis. Now she can run through the cow pastures. She's just slick as a ribbon. That's just a shear down. Hi, baby.
Little shear down. You feel better now? Hey, sis. Look here. Sissy.
Okay, good. Now I feel better. Sissy feels better. I know that was kind of a crazy thing to throw in the middle of this video, but I'm kind of, like I said, that's what I am right now. And another thing was, I did it as a good deed. A lot of people do nice things for me, and that's one of the things I can do for people. I am a certified master groomer. That was not any type of show dog cut or anything. That was a little country dog that just needed to be cleaned so she could be happy and feel good. So I donated that to one of the neighbors to get her cleaned up. So here we go with my shaky videos. Let me see if I can hold this better. Okay, here's one tank. This is my Fluval spec. It did have a lot of plants in it, and when I set up this other tank, I decided to rob it. So I've left, this right in the middle, and this is Little Red. And this is where I had that Higer heater at, and this heater came from Aquarium Co-op. It's a Fluval nano tank heater, and I got that with my gift card that Terry from Terry's Tropical Tanks sent me. And a lot of the plants came from Roxanne and my Aquarium Co-op gift cards, which I had another card donated to me by an anonymous donor. And so that's how I got a lot of my little supplies I have. And let's see here. Oh, and I love these. I've been using the Aquarium Co-op test strips. So I'm actually getting to test my water now. All right, let's go over here. Okay, this is the aquarium with sorry I'm saying so many times. I'm in one of those states of mind. But I'm here, and I'm happy to be here, and like I said, thank you guys. So this has my rice fish and the Vienna guppies in it, right there. And the little mamas, I've had them for about a month now, so I'm assuming that we're going to have babies. They're looking big, they're getting fat bellies, so I got a Fluval breeder box. And I like this because it's a hang-on. There's better breeder boxes, but for me, this one works good. Let's see if we can see them. Oh, there, wait. I'll get to it. Wait a minute. Why can't you see it? There it is. Alright, the little mamas are in there. I put it on the back of the tank because I do have grandkids that come in and I didn't want it to get knocked off. So it ended up fitting right there pretty well. So that worked out. And you can see where I took all the plants out of there and put some leaf litter in there. Okay, these tanks up here, I hate to show them because they're about to be redone. But I'll show you Kevin. Where's Kevin? There he is. That's my beautiful boy. He's getting a new tank, and he could possibly go down into the pond, but he doesn't get along with others very well. He doesn't play nice. He loves to attack snails, but he is a beauty. Came from Aquashella, from Kevin's Canine and Aquatics. Okay, over here is my little special needs Betta. Come out. Let me see if I can get it focused. There she is. She's the only fish I kept when I moved from Virginia. Shoot. When I moved from Virginia to Kentucky, because I didn't want to rehome her. And that's her best friend, Betty White, which I named her Betty White because me and my friend Alan Blanchard loved Betty White, and it's a celebration and an honor to her. But you can see her tail bends down, and she just doesn't have any buoyancy. I don't know if it was a swim bladder issue. I don't know if there's a curvature in her spine, but she's getting a new tank, and I'll give you a sneak peek at that and show you what we're going to do for her. Down here is just a critter keeper with plant cuttings and the platy babies. And down here, here's all the crypts. These came from Fatherfish, Roxanne, and some from Aquarium Co-op. But I like it. This was good for me to get out of my state of mind. The tannins are in the water, of course, right now. You can see them, but I think it's going to look pretty cool when it grows in. I got the sponge filters from Aquarium Co-op with my gift cards. There's the Higer heater, doing well in here. And now, I don't know if any of y'all can relate to this, but, this kind of mess right here. This is my life. I'm just kidding. It's not that bad, but this is bad. This is when you just keep adding stuff and you just add another six-pack, another six-pack, and oh, it's ridiculousness. So what I'm going to do is build like a little cabinet around my shelf here and put, hang everything on and put one of those long strips down the back there and get a a four-way valve, and put all the pumps that are running on one air pump. I've got the little nano pumps up there. Oh, those things are great, guys. No kidding. Dying, I've got a frog in my throat. Well, I've also been crying. That's why my face is like all swollen. I just, this is just life. And you get through it. And you share a video like this and people are going to say, what in the world? But this was my way of dealing with it, making it real, putting it out there, talking about it, and getting over it. Let's get on with it. Okay, here's a sneak peek of what's going to happen. For Mud Skipper, she, like I said, she can't swim very well. She doesn't need a big tank. I have to be careful about what I put in there so she doesn't get trapped or hurt on it. These 2 pieces of spider wood, which on Amazon, there's like this little 5-piece package, maybe like $16, I can't remember. But to give you an example of the size of them, they're not big. They're very twisty. And these won't work for her. And of course, if you've got bettas and they've got long fins, they could get caught up in that. But I'm going to trim some of the little twigs off of that. I've got not stratum, but I think it's an aquarium type soil substrate that I'm going to try. My daughter's got me this tank, the driftwood and the substrate that's coming. So we're going to try that out. I just have 2 pieces of Sari stone, my last 2 pieces of hardscape, and a piece of driftwood, petrified driftwood, or I don't know what it is. It came from Diego at Petsotics. So I've also got plants from Dustin's Fish Tanks and Cassie B. So everything I have is basically supported by this community. And I'm very honored and thankful, and I'm just enjoying this. So I guess I'll wrap this up here in a second. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I needed to show you guys. But we'll have, this will be my next, I'm going to try to do a good tutorial. Not a long, goofy one drawn out. I'm going to try to put it together as professionally as I can, because I love my friend Joanna at the Smallscape, who's also with Primetime Aquatics. And I've been watching her videos on setting up these tanks. And I'm going to build up the back, and then it's not going to be just flat on the bottom right there. I've got ideas. We'll just see how it happens. And the plants, okay, for the plants so far, this is a bunch of, if I'm saying this right, hopefully, dwarf Sagittarius. It's like this right here, whatever that stuff is. Great little plant, easy to grow, propagates, it spreads all over the place with runners. She's going to get those along the bottom because what she likes to do is sit on top of that. She also likes her little pillow of Sabossertane. I've got all kind of little Anubias nanopetites in there. I love how she sits back here with the snail. They're always together. I had another video of them. I might see if I can find it and stick it in here too. Oh my gosh, I need to get this camera back on a stand. Here's little Miss Mud Skipper and her best friend Betty White. They're so cute together. Okay, so I made it through this. Thank you all for being here, and this was something I just felt like I needed to do because the struggles in life are real. Things keep going on around you, and you just have to find ways to deal with it, and you guys are what helps me get through another day every day. As I said, this whole community has helped me build the little bit I have, and the fish, everything I have is from somebody here in the community. I think my camera's crooked too. Oh well, I'm not worried about it. Let me also say, Jack and Dan. I love Jack and Dan. I've got an unboxing of a pet carrier I won. I've got bags under my eyes. That's okay. It's okay. I'm just keeping it real. And it's time for me to get ready for the live stream with Roxanne. I just want to tell y'all I love you, and thanks for the support, and thanks for being here. Have a great day.